Something was different about how Spartans aged. Spartan warriors were still leading armies in their 50s and 60s, sharp and unbroken, in a world where most men were finished by 40. Researchers kept studying the training, the sleep, the battles. They kept landing on the same answer: the food. Most of it hasn't moved. It's on your shelf right now. And number 6 is something people walk past every single day without knowing what it's quietly doing to their body. These are the 10 Spartan foods that keep you young. Number 1. Lentils. Spartan soldiers ate lentils every single day. Before drills, after a 10-mile march, between battles. Simple, ugly, unglamorous food. 1 cup carries 18 grams of protein, 16 grams of fiber, and enough folate to fight the brain inflammation that builds past 40 and starts pulling your focus and energy down with it. Folate deficiency is also one of the earliest drivers of memory loss, and most people over 45 are running low without knowing it. Cook them with olive oil, garlic, and salt. Eat them 3 times a week, and the afternoon fog that used to own you stops showing up. Number 2. Black broth. This is the dish that made a king spit it out at the table. Centuries later, Plutarch told a story about Nicomedes, who paid to dine with Spartan soldiers. They handed him a bowl of black broth, a thick stew of pork, vinegar, and blood. He took 1 bite and pushed it away. His host simply said he hadn't earned the appetite for it yet. Whether it happened exactly like that or not, the point stuck. The broth was dense in iron, protein, and sodium, replacing exactly what a soldier burned through hours of output. Start adding bone broth to your routine, and within a week, you'll feel it in your recovery. Number 3. Barley. Spartans ate barley before battle. Not for taste, for what it did to their body over the next several hours. It releases glucose slowly and steadily. No spike, no crash, just a long, clean burn through whatever the day demands. Beta-glucan, the fiber compound inside it, reduces blood sugar swings and feeds the gut bacteria that keep inflammation from quietly building up over years. Swap your morning oats for barley 3 times a week. By mid-morning, instead of reaching for coffee to stay upright, you'll still be running on the same tank you started with. Number 4. Olive oil. Spartans poured it on everything they cooked and rubbed it into their skin after training. They treated it less like a condiment and more like maintenance. Oleocanthal, the active compound in extra virgin olive oil, blocks the same inflammation enzymes as ibuprofen. Taken daily over time, it works like a slow, steady anti-inflammatory built into every meal. The studies on populations that consume it heavily show the difference not in weeks, but across decades, in joints that stay mobile, arteries that stay clear, and bodies that don't fold early. 2 tablespoons a day, raw over food. That single habit, done consistently, changes the trajectory. Number 5. Figs. Spartan soldiers carried dried figs on long marches, light, dense, and ready to eat without any preparation. 3 dried figs contain more calcium than a glass of milk, alongside potassium, magnesium, and polyphenols that slow cellular aging at the DNA level. Research on fig extract found it directly inhibits the oxidative stress that ages skin, joints, and brain tissue faster than almost anything else the body faces after 40. Keep a bag of dried figs on your desk. Eat 3 in the afternoon instead of whatever you're reaching for now. Your body will use every bit of it. Number 6. Nettles. You've walked past this 100 times and thought it was a weed. Stinging nettles are loaded with iron, calcium, and vitamin K, and they've actually been studied for reducing joint pain and stiffness, especially in people with chronic inflammation. They also help dial down the body's stress response. And that matters. Long-term stress quietly breaks down muscle, sleep, and recovery in ways that feel like aging. Steep them as tea, or cook them like spinach. The sting disappears the moment heat touches them. Most people who start using nettles report sleeping deeper within the first 2 weeks. Number 7. Goat milk. Spartan children were raised on goat milk. Spartan soldiers kept drinking it. There was no age at which they stopped. Goat milk is naturally homogenized, meaning the fat globules are smaller and absorb more cleanly than cow dairy. It's higher in medium-chain fatty acids, which the liver converts directly into energy rather than storing as fat. It also delivers more calcium per serving than cow milk, alongside vitamin D and phosphorus that make that calcium usable in actual bone tissue. Switch to goat milk for a month. The bloating that you assumed was just part of getting older will likely be the first thing that goes. Number 8. Garlic. Spartan warriors ate raw garlic before physical contests. Across the ancient world, it was military food. The Spartans used it at a volume that other cultures found excessive. A lichen, released the moment you crush a garlic clove, widens blood vessels, improves circulation, and cuts arterial stiffness. A 2016 study in the Journal of Nutrition measured a 15% reduction in arterial stiffness over just 12 weeks of consistent use. Crush a clove, let it sit for 10 minutes, then add it to your food. That resting window is what activates a lichen before heat can destroy it. Do it daily, and your cardiovascular system will work visibly harder for you within a month. Number 9. Honey. Spartan honey came from wild thyme growing across the Laconian hills. They used it on wounds, in food, and as a recovery aid after training. Raw honey contains hydrogen peroxide as a natural byproduct, which is why it never spoils and why ancient armies packed it for injuries. Internally, its prebiotic compounds feed the gut bacteria most directly tied to immune strength and stable mood. Pasteurized honey loses most of this. The heat kills the enzymes that make it functional. 1 tablespoon of raw, local honey in the morning. Within a few weeks, the seasonal sickness that used to knock you down starts passing you by. Number 10. Dried fish. Sparta was landlocked, so soldiers carried dried fish on campaign. Anchovies, sardines, whatever traveled without spoiling. Small, oily fish are extraordinarily dense in omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin B12, and calcium. After 50, your body stops absorbing B12 the way it used to. Most people never realize it. They just feel a little slower, a little foggier, a little more drained, and assume it's age. The omega-3s in these fish reduce brain shrinkage in aging adults, something no multivitamin has replicated. 2 or 3 servings a week, on crackers, in a salad, straight from the tin. Most people notice the shift in focus before anything else. The sharpness you start recovering after a month is not a coincidence. What's striking about this list is how ordinary all of it is. Lentils, garlic, barley, fish, honey. Nothing rare, nothing expensive. Most people are aging faster than they should because they eat for convenience, not function. The Spartans didn't have a longevity secret. They just refused to eat like they didn't matter. These foods don't reverse aging. They give your body what it needs to age slower.